What's up, guys? Kyle here again. We are at GearFest 2023 and I'm here at the Rev booth, and I'm gonna help Mr. Derek here reveal the new chat breaker Overdrive to the world.
All right, let's do it.
Tell us about, oh, that's my tagline.
Let's do it.
All right, perfect, I love it. All right, man, so first off, how you doing, man?
Horrible. No, I'm great.
I think that's the video, we can cut it right there.
And see.
All right, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm great, man. Happy to be here. This is the first time that we've been at GearFest since it turned to like an online event thing. And it's fun.
Cool. Yeah, I've been having a good time. It seems like the booth's getting plenty of traction for you guys. So.
Yeah, man, I love events like this because we've done like a lot of the overseas ones, and it's so much fun to be able to get together and like meet a bunch of the guys, especially from YouTube, that we've known or worked with, or like that you and I have talked lots over, Facebook Messenger. But the fact that like so many of you guys come to one event and that we can meet so many people is awesome.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I was definitely excited at the opportunity. So now that we got all that stupid bullshit out of the way, tell me about the new chat breaker.
All right, so I'm gonna give you guys the fastest version of it because there's probably, by the time this comes out, there's gonna be several videos with me saying the same thing. So. It's called the Chat Breaker because we decided to ask ChatGPT to design an overdrive pedal.
Okay.
And this is kind of what it came up with. What it came up with wouldn't actually work on its own, so we gave it to Dan. Dan worked his magic on it and decided to add a couple of elements that he incorporates into all of our pedals, and thus we have this new pedal. And the reason it's called Chat Breaker is because it's kind of co-designed and inspired by ChatGPT, and it's a blues breaker style circuit, so thus Chat Breaker.
First of all, was there any ridiculous parts of the circuit due to the Chat DTP element? Was it something completely out of left field? Because I've noticed when people have the AI generated generate me song lyrics, it's 75% is awesome, and then there's just something that's completely out there.
So there was nothing that was completely way out of line, but it was definitely only 70% of the way there.
Okay, yeah.
So it's funny that you said 75, because we'd say it was about 70, and when I first gave Dan the paperwork from it, the schematic and the parts list and stuff, he looked at it and he's like, yeah, that won't turn on. So that's most of how it was incomplete is it won't work.
Yeah.
And he's like, but it won't take much to make it work.
Okay.
So, and that's when I was like, yeah, man, I'm like, let's try it and see what happens.
Cool. Yeah, honestly, I think first pedal of its kind.
I think
Not
so.
sure? Yeah.
Legitimately, this came about because Dorian, our videographer, and I were driving home from NAMM, and we had been messing with ChatGPT to get it to script funny commercials for Rev. And it did it so well that we were like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And Dorian was like, man, I wonder if it can build a pedal. And I was like, that's a great idea.
Right.
I'm like, we should absolutely try that.
Yeah,
so as soon as we got home, that's what we did, is we sat down with it, and it took 5 hours to get what we got.
Yeah.
Which, if we didn't have a real designer, would have been useless.
Right. You're just that was fun, so on to the next thing.
But I'll have to ask Dan, was there something that was way out to lunch about it? You know what I mean, that wouldn't work at all.
I'd be interested. I mean, the fact that he said that it couldn't turn on is probably a pretty good indicator.
He laughed at us. He's like, you guys are idiots and you wasted so much time. I'm like, yeah.
And now here you are with a brand new pedal.
Yeah, who's laughing? No.
It's still him.
Yeah.
But all right, cool, man. So I'm gonna take it for a little spin. According to you guys who rearranged the whole setup just for me, so I appreciate that. So I can use and abuse your pedal. I'm using Mr. Sean Tubbs' beautiful Les Paul here. We are going into, for now, we've got the Rev G3 pedal on, going into the D25, into some sort of impulse response. I have no idea what that's gonna be.
It'll be, it's a 2 notes Dyne IR. It's gonna be one of our 4x12 cabinets with a SM57 and a Royer 121.
Ooh, all right. So yeah, we got the goods. All right, so we're gonna start with the pedal off. Again, I'm on the Rev G3. So, already got an awesome tone going, but let's go ahead and kick this thing on. I've dialed it in just a little bit. All right, it does the thing. I think we can wrap this one up, man. That sounds pretty good. I've never used like a blues breaker drive or whatever.
Yeah.
It's off a Blues Breaker pedal?
Yeah, Blues Breaker.
Okay, yeah, never touched anything like that. So I have it dialed in, as you can see on the camera, quite a bit differently than you would dial in a normal overdrive. Well, I guess it's not that different now that I'm looking at it. We've got the level at about 3 o'clock on the dial, and then we've got the tone dialed up quite a bit. I noticed if we dialed it down to noon and we had the level up, it kind of fattens things up quite a bit. So I definitely think that this will work better if you have a really thin, not thin, but like a very tight and articulate type of amp, and you just want to get a little bit more saturation, make it a little easier to play.
Like a little more boost.
Yeah. Just a little bit more push in front. Because that's very fat, very full, a lot of saturation, again, with no pedal. That's kind of more of like your modern progressive genty boy type of tone there.
Yeah.
So if we click it on, dial up some tone, let's pull that level back a little bit so we don't have so much saturation going. Personally, I think that sounds awesome.
Dude,
it sounds great.
It sounds good when you play it.
That doesn't happen very often, so I'll take that compliment. Yeah, man, I think it's really cool. We are definitely gonna have like a full-on deep dive on this pedal on the channel once I get home, but I just kind of wanted to kind of throw it up. I didn't want to miss the boat, you know? Everybody's gonna have cool videos and I'm gonna be sitting over here like Steven Glansberg, so I hope you get that reference. If you don't, then just unsubscribe. But anyways, thank you, Derek, for taking the time to do this video and hanging out. And yeah, Chat Breaker will be coming soon, guys. How much is it going to cost?
$199.
$199.
And there's only 500 units
Oh.
in the world. So we may do more later, but as of right now, the only plan is we're doing a batch of 500. There's 200 in the US exclusively through Sweetwater, and then 300 for the rest of the world. So
wow, okay. So
then,
buy now, ask questions later, essentially, is how you should go about it. But yeah, thanks, Derek.
No problem. Dude,
thanks so much for watching, guys. Kyle here again. We'll see you next time. By the way, I always film by myself, so this is going to be incredibly awkward for me. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. What's up, guys? Kyle here again, and something's already going wrong. What am I doing?
You were just about to hit your head stuck on the lens of the camera.
So, are you getting this? Perfect.